Well, I went to culinary school in 2003, and they guaranteed me a chef job, making at least like $65,000 to $70,000 a year. I get out of culinary school, and I have almost $100,000 worth of debt, and I can only find jobs that are $10 an hour if I'm lucky. And there's no way that there's no way that someone can, if you have child support like I do. I got child support for 2 children. If you have child support like I do, there's no way you can pay off your debt and your debt to your children or your ex-wife, or however you want to say it, right? There's no way you can pay off the debt to the school, to the state, for the children by making less than like $10. By making $10 an hour, it's like nearly impossible. I mean, unless you don't pay rent. I have to pay rent too. So that's basically how it affects me. It's just, there's just too many like bills accumulated for the average person. Like you have to pay for insurance, like for your health. You have to pay for your food, right? I mean, food is plentiful. You got to pay for water. You got to pay for electricity. Child care. Loans. I can't afford it. I don't make enough money, so that's how it affects me. I just don't make enough money to pay all my debts. So I mean, either they'll put me in debt, into like a debtor's prison, or or I'll just live here. Just the way that the economic system is out there. The fiat system that we use, it's really old, and it's got like a real nasty history of exploitation. So for me, the thing that I want to change the most is just the economic system, how we go about doing commerce, what's important in the world that we live in. Right now, what's important, outside of the encampment is, how much money you have, what kind of car you drive, what kind of status you have as an employee or as an employer. It's not about, like, do you feed people? It's not about, do you clothe the naked? It's not about, do you put shelter upon those that don't have no shelter? And for me, those 3 things should be the priority. Like, once we take care of those 3 things, then everything else will fall into place, especially with the technology that we have nowadays. So for me, the one thing that I would love to see change out of this whole thing is just the economic system worldwide. And a lot of people have that same idea, that same thought. They know that it's wrong to make money for the sake of making money. But we all come from this sick society where if you don't think that, then you lose. The winners are the people that are cutthroat. The winners are the people that say, F the next man, I'm making my money here. So I hope that we can move away from that sick society and sick system to more caring and giving society that it's nurturing and compassionate. And what Mahatma Gandhi talked about, and what MLK talked about, and what Jesus talked about, more in that type of, more in that type of, example of those people, as opposed to just, the founding fathers. Those were a bunch of slave owners. People don't, they realize, they forget that part about it. But, if we're gonna call these people founding fathers, we also gotta call them what they really were. We're slave owners. So, it's a beautiful thing to have this going out here, but it could easily get squashed out with one mistake by a camper here getting violent, or doing something foolish. So we gotta keep this spirit about the camp about us, not just the encampment. So.